Okay, hello, good morning everybody. We are waiting for the new Bleach trailer. Sorry I'm late. I did not sleep very well last night. Went to sleep late because I was doing a Sparking Zero breakdown. And then went to sleep at like 11:30, just did not get enough rest, and I ended up getting out of bed at literally 9 o'clock, which was an hour ago, officially. What's up, Extreme? We're bright and early? I mean, I could have been earlier than this if I had slept well. I'm really hoping this game turns out good, though. I've been telling my friends for like a long time that a new Bleach game is overdue. Not just because we're on new hardware, but because the 1000-Year Blood War arc was being animated. So now, it's just a matter of it actually turning out good. I got more crust in my eyes. Freaking imagine. Okay, 3 minutes to go. We just need more really good arena fighters? I can agree. I mean, a lot of the arena fighters we have are actually not bad, but I guess they just didn't deliver that well for other people. In my honest opinion, I just haven't tried a lot of them, so I really wouldn't know. Not that my skill sets are better than other people, but I do believe I could find some things that other people might not, or make use of some things that other people wouldn't, and actually bring some more love to the game somehow. Like that new JJK game, for example, I think I might be able to get something out of that. But the only reason I'm not even playing that game is because I haven't even watched JJK. So, it's on my list, just haven't bothered with it. From what you read from the scan and got from Globku's video, you're scared? Why? I don't remember if I watched Globku's video on it or not. Let me see something here. I won't be able to get anything out of the JJK game. It's bare bones and terrible. It's really that bad. Feels JJK, man. Feels JJK. I do be like that sometimes. You can't actually transform mid-game and it will still work. Oh, and it will work like Naruto Storm with Awakenings. That sucks.
Or do you want to live? Which is it?
Is that Stark? No, that's not Stark. That's Juha Bach, isn't it?
Survival in itself is meaningless. I want to win.
Wielding swords that personify their soul. Soul Reapers now jump into battle.
I won't lose.
Is that the announcer for the fight?
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I have.
Oh,
Utilize each character's unique Zanken Soki action to
Reishi
cut down your
gauge.
opponent's Reishi.
Okay.
Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku. Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Too easy.
What?
Did you really
What? So Konpaku is the health?
Using the spiritual power accumulated while attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move.
Or not? No,
You
it can't be the
also
health.
activate reverse
Something
action
else.
While attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter.
Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi.
Shall I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and me? Bankai, Senbon
Sakura Kageyoshi.
In the midst of battle, accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senkei.
So you can transform. Didn't they just say that or imply that you could?
Ichigo Kurosaki.
I'm not done yet. Bankai. Tensa Zangetsu.
Tensa Zangetsu.
This my Bankai.
Through the limit.
Let's just start over. All I can do is
Beautiful.
to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it.
The music is gonna go super hard for this game.
After everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left.
Yeah.
Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Bleach, Rebirth of Souls.
You were really hoping the game would just have a health bar.
Who are you?
It looks alright. Is that it?
Do you want to fight?
No charging spiritual pressure. It doesn't seem like an actual transformation, just awakenings like Storm.
Or do you want to live?
I'm sure it'll have some of its own gimmicks.
Which is it?
Fighting for its own sake is meaningless. Survival in itself is meaningless. I want to win!
Wielding swords that personify their soul. Soul Reapers now jump into battle.
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I have.
So this has to reach 0. Because this is the Konpaku, apparently. In order for that to reach... In order for the opponent to be defeated, that reaches 0. But this is the health gauge, right? And this is the Ryatsu gauge.
Utilize each character's unique Zanken.
Oh wait, so that is the health gauge. I'm assuming?
Soki action to cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku. Gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
Decreases, right?
Are you ready?
Rogue, are you good? You keep retracting messages.
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku.
Several of them.
Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Okay, so you do have to take out all of these in order to win, apparently. I want to see that special again.
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Where was it?
Using the spiritual power accumulated.
Oh, right here. So this is the spiritual pressure gauge right here. Reverse. So these are the specials. Seal, Senpon Sakura, that won't touch me. I'm assuming these are, what were these called again? The ones that you have to use chance for. I don't remember what they're called.
While attacking, unleash a
Reverse action and flash step. You misunderstood the bar. First you thought the bottom bar just wasn't moving. Yeah, it is moving.
special spiritual pressure.
Like you see it go down and up just like a moment ago here. I saw this move. Let me rewind a little bit.
Accumulated while attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just blind from lack of sleep.
Reverse action while attacking and
So wait, so reverse action is used when you're being attacked?
reverse action while pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending.
Oh wait, so reverse action is to block then? Keto, thank you. That's what I was trying to remember. Keto. God, I'm so out of touch with
And defending.
Bleach these days. So, hold on, let me see something. The way the guard thing looks here, I'm kind of wondering if you can block forever or if there is like a... Oh, wait a minute. Is that the block gauge? Is that the stamina gauge? Let me see.
Attacking and defending.
I could not see that clearly.
Defending.
Okay, so while... No, Ichigo, stop.
Attacking and
Okay, so here... The gauge appears because it wasn't active before? And this little... Oh, it does decrease. So this is like the stamina gauge then. Okay, so it is the block gauge. Yeah, I just got that. That is the block gauge. So it does have a stamina gauge similar to, what other fighting game did I play a while ago that had that feature? I don't know if it was DNF Duel. DNF Duel had something like that.
defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
Wait, so was that like a timed block for each move? So what does he use here? Byakuya is going for a block. No, it goes for the attack. On Ichigo's attack?
The tide of battle with well
Oh, okay, so he does like a counter attack here. Strike back. Doesn't say what he used though. Does his special thing come up when he does that?
turn the tide of battle.
It does not. Yeah, DNF Duel had that. I had a feeling that it did. I just wasn't really sure because I haven't played it in so long. But we see Ichigo goes Bankai when he is at 2 bars and uses a string attack to put Byakuya at the same level of bar. Okay. Hey, Youngpre, what's up?
Battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do.
Hold on, I want to see something.
Combos.
The health gauge reached 0 there. Is this supposed to be the KO screen? How detailed is this? Yeah, that's definitely the KO screen.
This is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura.
When is this supposed to be coming out? I'm assuming it's going to be next year.
Shall I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and me? Bankai, Senbon Sakura, Kageyoshi.
In the midst of
Fighting Spirit Gauge.
accumulated power brings you to an
And it does gradually fill up. Like, you can see it slightly, very slightly increase there. Hold on, let me see if I can put that back again. Like, very slightly as Byakuya is hitting Ichigo here, you can definitely see this increasing just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think the fighting spirit gauge is for ultimate attacks, but it would seem that you need to go like awakening in order to use your Bankai. So I'm assuming that, of course, none of this up here and down here plays a role in that. But I'm assuming that would I be correct in assuming that Byakuya used... No, he did say Bankai there, because I was thinking that if you use your Shikai, you can use your Shikai mid-battle, and then you have to build up the fighting spirit gauge. Yeah, that's his Bankai. Awaken. I was assuming that here maybe he probably used his Shikai or something, and then that's building up the fighting spirit gauge, but it only activates, I think, no. Okay, they both have them, it's just highlighted there. It does build up, like, super slow. A level up gauge during the match? It seems to be. I'm assuming early next year, it seems that transformations will be mid-battle, considering that's what Byakuya did, unless this was a battle right from the story mode. That's what I'm thinking too. I think it should be. Yeah, I think you can charge, they just didn't show it. Hold on, what was that? Oh, they're just throwing evolution on the screen for no reason.
You've reached your limit. Ichigo Kurosaki.
I'm not done yet.
Bankai. Tensa Zangetsu.
This is my Bankai.
Let me just say that I'm really enjoying the art style, actually. Okay, so... now that he's gone Bankai, his fighting spirit gauge is still increasing. So, if this happens to, like, fill up completely... hold on a second. Let me see how fast Byakuya's health is depleting. There's no way. There's no shot that this fills up before the health hits 0. So, there has to be some other way to fill up the fighting spirit gauge before the health hits 0. And then what exactly happens after that? You get to do your ultimate or something? Because at the rate of which the health is decreasing, there's no shot that the fighting spirit gauge is going to fill up anytime soon. Unless, of course, if you're doing, like, flash steps or whatnot to avoid your opponent's attacks, I imagine that probably could contribute a lot. So you would probably play a lot of defense in order to fill up this gauge. That's a reach, but that's what I think could be. Allows you to use your Bankai whenever you want, but if you use it with little to no spirit gauge, will run out quickly. I don't think so, because... look, we're already in Bankai, right? And the gauge is still there, and it's still filling up. You don't need this, necessarily, in order to fill it up. And I'm also kind of wondering if the Kanpaku gauge plays a role in whether or not you're actually able to use Bankai. Like, can you use Bankai only after a certain point in battle, or no? When was the last Bleach game that wasn't a mobile game? Bleach Soul Resurrection, but I think that was like 2013. I don't know, 2014, 15, I really don't know. I didn't even buy the game. The more you look at it, the more you like it. I definitely like what I'm seeing. If you de-transform by running out of meter like Xenoverse, that would be so trash. But you see, here's the thing, right? We're seeing the EX meter down here. This is obviously for specials. I don't actually know what reverse is. I'm assuming that's like the counterattack thing. Or you can do like 3 different counters. Hold on a second. No, that did a cut, so I can't see. Yeah, it immediately cuts to this because Byakuya's health is now down to like less than half. It's like 40% health. Or maybe a little less than that. Can you keep up and rapid slash? So you require 1 meter in order to do can you keep up. And that's at 6. This is 63. Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, right, because the total's 150, right? Yeah, the total is 150. So you need 1 meter in order to do one specific special. I don't know if the other one requires 2 meters or if you require 3 meters for what was the other one? Rapid Slash. Is that a combo string with Bankai Ichigo or Super? Let me see. So it looks like the player is that looked like a special to me. It's kind of hard to tell for one reason because the panel shows up here, but it's not like going grayed out or anything. It's not even showing. Wait, Flash Step is binded to a button, so you need actual meter to use Flash Step. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. That's not what I pictured how this game would be functioning, but sure. I think this move here probably is can you keep up. I'm assuming it looks like it if we start this from the beginning really quick. So, if we just assume that you take the color of which the meter is, Ichigo does get engulfed in the yellow glow here, and as he attacks, as he thrusts his sword forward, or is about to, that yellow glow is about to consume him. Like, you can see it coming up over here on the sides. You can see it coming up over here. And then, just as he's about to attack, he almost completely turns yellow. So I'm assuming this probably is Can You Keep Up. This is probably a special move. I'm just wondering, does it like, tell you? It doesn't tell you how much meter it requires. It does look like it could be chargeable. So if we stop to think for a moment that the guarding animation can be broken, you could probably charge up a chargeable special move and break through it, because this is the stamina gauge, right? Look how big this stamina gauge is, and we didn't actually get to see how much of it depletes when you're blocking. Whoa! That had to be a special move. Look how much damage that did. Bro, look how much damage that did. Yeah, that had to be the special move. That had to be well, actually, no. That's not Can You Keep Up. I'm thinking that's actually Rapid Slash. So that maybe took... We started off on this. Yeah, so this is probably Rapid Slash because they input it. Can You Keep Up only requires 1 meter. So that's why that's still there.
All I can do is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one.
You don't think you need to be on low health to go Bankai because Byakuya's in Bankai and his health isn't low? Okay.
After everything we've been through thus far,
There has to be something tied to being able to go Bankai, though.
An awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senke, Senbon Sakura, Kageoshi. You've reached your limit.
So you can go Shikai when you, like, but you can only go Bankai when your HP is at a certain low. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, so you can only go Bankai when your health reaches a certain amount. See, like, there's a great way to think about this, right? So let me fast forward a little back to the panel where we see Flash Step and everything. So you see how Flash Step down here is actually binded to the reverse gauge, right? And so is the reverse action. Considering that we didn't get to see Ichigo's Bankai until this part, unless the player is just bad, I'm assuming that Bankai is indeed binded to doing, to your Kanpaku being at a certain amount of, a certain amount, basically. So let's say, what was the starting point for it? Is it 9? It was 9, wasn't it? It is 9. So, let's just assume for a moment that 9 drops all the way down to, like, 4 or 3. Then you would probably end up being able to go Bankai from that. That's what I assume would probably happen. After playing Hyper Dimensions, you don't mind health bar and like a key sort of thing sharing a bar? Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. Charging and defense more useful.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your key combo and destroy several of your opponent's Konpaku.
So it says 9 versus 6 Konpaku. This is significant for a reason. Also, I just want to show you guys something really quick here. So, take a look up here and look at Byakuya's health bar, right? So, as Ichigo lands this slash, you don't see anything really coming up over here, right? And then you see this. Like, I have to assume that once you're at a lower amount of Konpaku, that your fighting spirit gauge actually increases a little more, or is able to, because there's no way in hell you're going to build up this gauge before the health runs out. There's no shot. Not unless you can sacrifice reverse meter or something of that nature in order to fill this up if you do plan to go Bankai. None of it makes any sense to me otherwise. You hope the reverse action isn't easy to activate because it deals a ton of damage to Konpaku. Yeah, well, these meters have to be tied to something in order to make building up the fighting spirit gauge a bit more. Because look at Ichigo. He's at this amount of health and he's built up that much. Byakuya's down here and he's built up that much. And he's got full meter and 2 gauges in his reverse meter. So what is this tied to? Let me run that back. It doesn't seem like you're getting any more, like, gauge from it even while you're being hit. Was he guarding just now? No, he wasn't guarding. Wait, did it add to the gauge and then it depleted itself? It added to the gauge and then it went away. Look. And then it went away. What's the point of that? There's so much going on. I don't understand how this gauge actually works right now. Oh, that looked cool. Was that a meter move? It does not appear to be. That's a chargeable attack. So he's not using any meter here. He does the move here, and then he immediately charges this attack. I was going to say that looked like Getsuga Tensho, but I'm sure that's not. Hey Shikai, the combat already looking way better than Storm 4 and Cyber Connect 2 combat systems in general. Sure. Could you imagine if Flash Step would be the vanishing for this game? That would suck. Like, right now, it seems that Flash Step is binded to the reverse gauge, so now I'm actually kind of wondering, what do you have to do in order to keep that reverse gauge up? Or is it, like, hold on a second. I'm at 119. Can you guys just put that in the chat really quick? 119, so I don't forget. I want to backtrack for a minute, check something.
Into battle.
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I have.
You start off with 2. So you're able to do 2 flash steps from the moment the game begins. But you can still build it up, right? Like this small black area down here, you can still get 1 more gauge, right? Or is that... Hold on, is that part of the stage? No, it's not part of the stage. Unless this is just there for show, this little black part, you should have 3 reverse gauges, right? Did we see it at any point? Thank you guys for posting it. 119. Let me just double check really quick. They probably didn't show it in this trailer, honestly. No. No, it's only showing 2. Damn. That's kind of scuffed.
Utilize each character's unique Zanken Soki action to cut down your opponent's ratio.
Okay, hold on. That was a good way to see.
Soki action to
Because he
cut
blocked
down
3
your
attacks
opponent's
there. Hold on a second, let me double check.
action to cut
Even blocking doesn't contribute that much to the fighting spirit gauge. This gauge is tied to doing Bankai. So if this is not filled up, well, this is like partially tied to doing Bankai because Kanpaku is probably the most tied to doing Bankai. Once you get to a certain amount of Kanpaku, then you can actually go Bankai. But how do you fill up this gauge, bro? How do you fill up this gauge? And the stamina bar, wow, okay. That's actually, okay, hold on, let me run that back again.
each character's unique Zanken Soki action to cut
Hold on. Wow, so it takes 1, 2, 3. Didn't Ichigo's block change color at some point in this trailer? Like, it went from green to blue, right? I mean, we already know that stamina block is going to be a thing. I'm just wondering if it's actually going to change color. It would suck. It depends on what's already in the game. It's more of an open world style fighting or more like a Tekken side-by-side. I think it's going to be like a sort of a Tekken side-by-side. Is there a Reiatsu bar? If you mean spiritual pressure gauge, I don't believe so. Unless they just didn't show it.
opponent's reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of reishi decreases your opponent's Konpaku.
Wait.
Decreases your cutting down 1 gauge of reishi decreases your opponent's Konpaku.
Decreasing 1 gauge of reishi, which is the health bar, decreases your Konpaku. Okay. So I've got a theory here, and this is going to be a very big reach. But judging by what the devs put in just now for that narration, I'm going to assume that even if you get this down, it doesn't, obviously it's not going to be a one match thing and done, right? So you're probably going to be entering another game, and then you'll probably end up going into the next round with less Konpaku. I think the reason why this is glowing, actually, is probably because these 2 Konpakus might be tied to the health gauge for this one round, and then the next round, you'll probably start off with maybe 7. And also, depending on what you do in the game, you could end up, like, sacrificing more of them, but that's just a theory. I'm going to assume that's probably what you can do. Once you're low enough on Konpakus and you're getting beat up, it goes up. I'm assuming that's why it went down when Ichigo was pressuring Byakuya, yeah. Normal attacks are dealing damage, yeah. Ichigo's didn't on the 1 hit he took. Byakuya's spirit filled up when he got hit, yeah.
Are you ready? After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your opponent's Konpaku.
So... hold on a second.
Are you ready? After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your...
Soul Destruction 3. It's probably not going to be showing it here because the math is not mathing. Because, oh wait, it is mathing because he went from 9 to 3. Okay, so... here's what I think's happening, unless you guys already figured this out before me, but because it's round based, probably what happens is after you get the first KO, you can probably choose to do a special attack and like maybe there's a QTE in the middle of it, I don't know. Maybe they're just not showing it. But you can do a special attack to take down more of your opponent's Konpaku. That's why Byakuya went from 9 down to 6 because it said 9 versus 6 here. So that was -3. And the soul destruction itself was 3. Yeah, 8 to 6, I know. But I think they're just like not showing proper numbers. So because it's round-based, you can keep building it up. And only once you've hit a certain number, whatever special move you use to take down the Kompakus between rounds, that's when you'll actually be able to go Bankai during the last round. So now I'm kind of wondering if Bankai is going to be like super powerful during your last life bar and you can actually make a comeback. Because again, this is 9 versus 6. Your health bar has to go down in order for the Konpaku to change. So only once you've gotten down to a certain amount of Konpaku, then you can go Bankai. And if you happen to be on the receiving end, meaning like you're the lowest one, you can actually make a full comeback. Now what I'm wondering from that is that can you actually stay in Bankai the whole time, or is there a time limit on Bankai in order to bring down your opponent to a level playing field? There is probably stamina break. The reason why is because I believe we did see Ichigo's block change color. So earlier we see it as green. If we can see it somewhere here. So earlier I think it was green and this is at full. And I think at some point it was also blue. So in one round Ichigo had 3 orange stalks flashing and Byakuya had 2 only. Okay, let me get back to that and then we'll double check.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura.
That's probably, yeah, so now, okay, so hold on a second. This is moving really fast. So Ichigo went from 9 down to 6. So Byakuya did 3 soul destructions for the goddammit Kompaku gauge. Now I don't know if they're cutting to 6v6 directly. Will this be as good as Sparking Zero? It's a completely different game. I don't think it's fair to compare them. It seems to be like JJK Cursed Clash with how health damage and spirit damage may function different. Okay. Feel like he'll stay transformed. Byakuya is in his transformation state for a long time, even until Ichigo goes Bankai. Look at the character portrait for the indication it changes when you transform. Okay. Actually, can you give me like a timestamp for that, maybe? Reverse action looks like a boost instead of a big attack, yeah. Okay, so now we are down to 6v6, and it seems now that Ichigo has 3 Konpaku on the line, and Byakuya still has 2. So let me do a little backtracking here. I want to see something. Okay, Byakuya's there. Oh, I'm just now realizing that it is actually full. Oh, wait, so if you decide to take down more of your opponent's Kompaku, it contributes to the fighting spirit gauge then? Yes, Father.
You have your driver's
Yes,
ID
I do.
always with
Yes,
you,
I do.
and you have that insurance.
Yes, I do.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura.
Did they say how many characters will be available in the base? No, they haven't said anything. I'm not even expecting any kind of information like that until much later.
I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and me. Bankai. Senbon Sakura. Kageoshi.
In the midst of
Aha, you're right. Okay, so because Byakuya is now in his Bankai, his portrait has changed, and Ichigo still has 3 Kompaku on the line, while Byakuya still has only 2. So with the spirit destruction that you do in between rounds, you can actually make an attempt to destroy more of these Kompakus, and that's why that number keeps dropping down. So the more that your Kompakus drop, you'll probably be able to activate Bankai. And you might have a choice on how many you can destroy depending on how the match went, if you manage to KO your opponent, or if you manage to build up enough meter. So depending on how much meter you could build up to do a special attack, to do spirit destruction, or something of that nature, you can actually destroy more Kompaku and then contribute to the fighting spirit gauge in order to allow them to go Bankai. Unless Bankai is a completely separate feature, which it might be, that you can actually use to go at some point after the first round. Because it's not available during the first round. That much we know. Yeah, facing forward-ish, yeah. So now he's at 4. Okay, so yeah, Ichigo went from 2 down to... sorry, he went from 6 down to 2. Let me double-check something. See, it just immediately goes into that, so I don't know if this is a cut. He's at 6, though. And... there's no indication here that he... this has to be a cut. And then he uses Soul Destruction to take off 4 more Kompaku from Ichigo, so now he's down to 2. And now Ichigo is able to go Bankai.
I'm not done yet. Bankai. Tensa Zangetsu. This is my Bankai. Alright.
Please tell me it's still 2 versus 6. Okay, it is. So this is still just under half. And Ichigo wasn't able to go Bankai until he was at 2 Kompaku. And he's also got full meter. So the fact that he got down this far and not using any meter... also, let's keep in mind that Byakuya is in Bankai right now. And he has no meter. He's got enough reverse meter to do one flash step or the other thing, assuming that they both actions for the reverse gauge take the same amount. And this is where the comeback energy probably starts, because Ichigo's got plenty of meter. He could probably, I'm assuming he can use this to take out more of Byakuya's Kompaku, so I think this is more going to be like a strategic thing, where you can actually choose to keep your meter in order to get more of a strategic win. That's what I think is going on. See, even in Bankai, bro, it's barely increasing. It is barely moving, that fighting spirit gauge. Yeah, see, so now he took down 4 of Byakuya's Kompaku, so now it's 2v2.
After everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left.
Yeah.
Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Okay, if we assume for one moment that the fact that this is either story cinematic or it's the actual battle that was going on, then what could happen is that for like the last Kompaku that you have, is you have like some sort of cutscene where you can do like a final blow to each other. But I think that's a reach. I don't know. It's the kind of thing that Sparking Zero would do, even though it hasn't. But
After everything we've been through thus far,
yeah, they started off with 9 bars of health. So if we backtrack for a second, let's come back here. Let me come back here. So don't pay any... I'm going to tell you guys again, like really quick. Do not pay any attention to this bar. This is the health bar equivalent of Naruto Storm, because it's round based, right? What you want to focus on is your Kompaku gauge. This is what matters. The Kompaku gauge where the 9s are, that's what matters. The more your health goes down and the more meter that you build, that's tied to how many Kompaku you can take down after the first round ends or after each round ends. And then by the time that you reach a certain amount of Kompaku, you're able to use your Bankai. That's what I've drawn from this so far.
Utilize each character's unique Zankensoki action to cut down your
It's still the health bar, don't get me... It's still the health bar for the round. What I'm saying is it's not the definitive health bar for the entire game. It's the definitive health bar for the round. The Kompaku gauge is what matters the most. Once your Kompaku reaches 0, that's when the fight is over.
Opponent's Reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your key combo and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku. Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Did you hear what he said there?
Your opponent's Kompaku.
Listen really closely here.
Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game. Now, here's something really fun, and you guys are gonna freaking hate me for this, but look how much space is here, bro. Look how much space is here. Is 9 the default, or can it be more than that? I personally think it could be more than that. That would be, like, that would be, like, really funny. I personally think that it could be more than just 9, but 9 seems to be, like, the base. And I think for, like, weaker characters, probably they may not have 9. I don't know. I'm sure that this game will have, like, its own kind of tier class, right? So, it's not 9 rounds. So, okay, so let's stop again. So you remember a few minutes ago when I was saying that you can use Soul Destruction, which is probably tied to your meter, in order to take out more Kompaku. So it's not necessarily 9 rounds, because you can try to attack that Kompaku with a super, which is aka a Soul Destruction, at the end of each round. And then that's when, at the end of each round,
Too easy. What? Do you really think you could
you'll see here in a moment,
Using the spiritual power accumulated while attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can
anytime now.
Senbon Sakura.
See, so this Soul Destruction, this happens after each round. And even though... Hold on a second. Even though... right here. Even though you have 2 Kompaku highlighted, you probably have the opportunity to destroy more than that after each round. So only once this number reaches 0, that's when the game is over. Yeah, like Omega said, Extreme, it's not 9 rounds. These are basically your lives. The health gauge is kind of irrelevant.
So this is all you can do. Scatter.
So Bankai is like a comeback mechanic? You got it, yes. Bankai is exactly a comeback mechanic. That's what it appears to be. But it seems like you're able to use Bankai depending on your character and how many Kompakus that you have, because Ichigo activated his when he had 2 Kompaku left. Whereas Byakuya was able to activate his... I think he was on 6? Yeah, he's on 6 right now, and I think he was able to use it.
Senbon Sakura.
He had only 3 Kompaku destroyed, and he was already able to go Bankai. See, he's already in Bankai, and he's only got 6 Kompaku. Whereas after this round was when Ichigo was able to do his. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Power brings you to an
Ichigo had the option to at 6 though, very briefly, but look for that evolution thing. You mean when evolution popped up on the top left?
awakened state.
Oh, you mean here? See, he's at, like, he's about to die, and he's got full, fighting spirit gauge here. So does he use that to take out 4 Kompaku? I don't remember what happens here.
Senken. Senbon Sakura. Kageoshi. You've reached your limit. Ichigo Kurosaki.
I'm not done yet. Bankai.
That sounds more interesting than regular HP get to 0. Exactly.
My Bankai. All right. Let's just
So that took him down to 2, and now he is in Bankai. Needless to say that Byakuya is also still in Bankai, and I've noticed something. While he's in Bankai, nothing is decreasing. So the more attacks that you take, the more your fighting spirit gauge increases. So this is going to be round based. So the more, during each round, the more damage you take, the more this gauge will get up. So if you allow your health gauge to get like near 0, and then you start bringing your opponent down to the same amount, you could keep building this up, and then by round 2 or round 3, you'll get like a dramatic increase in this gauge, and then you'll be able to go Bankai, assuming that this is tied to Bankai.
All I can do is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one big strike.
It does have crazy meter economy.
After everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left.
Yeah.
Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Bleach, Rebirth of Souls.
Considering how strategic this game looks so far, I'm actually very happy about it. Because it's going to force the player to think about whether or not they actually want their Bankai early or if they want it at the end. So by getting your health all the way down to near 0 and their health all the way down to near 0, you can build up that fighting spirit gauge and then get the opportunity to activate Bankai. And then if both players are probably in Bankai, you could probably have some kind of like epic clash at the end of it. Because if we're serious for a moment here, how many Bleach fights have we had where they actually all end with some kind of epic clash, right? Does the thing increase at all while Ichigo's blocking? See, it goes up a little and then it just goes away. Like, there's no significant buildup. Also, Byakuya's at almost 0 HP here, and it seems like he's only built up a very small amount. So after this round is over is when Byakuya's because Ichigo uses Soul Destruction here to take out 3, right? So that brings him down to 6. Now he's on 6, and he gets that much back. Because they were having such a back and forth in this, you actually get to see how much the fighting spirit gauge increases. And then probably by, after round 2, or round 3, is probably when the gauge actually gets even more of an increase so it can fill up in order for you to do Bankai. Again, assuming that it is tied to Bankai. Now, assuming this is a charged attack, a parry of some sort, the UI actually cuts off here, right? Yep, right as it connects. Unedited match to see how everything flows, exactly. So, Byakuya's got Senbon and Zakura, the seal, and that won't touch me, but both of them are grayed out because you can't use them because that's tied to the meter. And he's got reverse action and flash step. I really don't know how I feel about flash step being tied to a meter, but I guess depending on how overpowered it is, it would make sense. Is this game like Storm? Aside from the health system, it seems very in line with Storm or DSHK in terms of everything else. What's DSHK?
While attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action.
Oh, wait, what? So the reverse action gauge is an activation that you can deplete? I don't know how I didn't notice that before. Oh, Demon Slayer Hikonami Chronicles or whatever it's called? Okay. Yeah, it seems very in line with that. So if you activate... Oh! So if you activate this gauge, it's not just one gauge that's tied to one of these actions. As long as the gauge is activated, you can use... It takes recoverable health? Oh, does it actually?
It's a special spiritual pressure move.
Oh, I didn't even notice there was recoverable health, too.
You can also
Oh, it does, you're right, because I can see it there. So while the reverse gauge is activated, you can just flash step and stuff continuously if you want to. That's actually pretty sick.
with well-timed combos.
So this is all.
Reverse gauge is your X factor for MVC. Yeah, it seems like it.
Scatter. Send bones.
Or it's like V trigger from Street Fighter V.
So this is.
Pending.
What does he have again? He's got reverse action and flash step. Okay. So the reason why this is full from the beginning is because it's an activational gauge.
Activate
Or
reverse
activatable
action
gauge.
while attacking and defending.
And while you're attacking, you can still build up some of the meter there. Now, what I'm wondering is if you do reverse action while you're doing this, does it also contribute to the meter?
Reverse action while attacking and defending.
Because those just look normal attacks to me.
Tide of battle with well-timed
Unless those...
combos.
Oh, wait. Because he's in the yellow glow, he is... These are all reverse actions. Okay.
Battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Send bones.
If you're talking about the yellow glow, I don't think it's super armor, but I'll run it back to see if Ichigo is trying to attack him.
Pending. Turn the tide of battle with spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle.
I don't know about super armor, because I can't see Ichigo land a single hit.
This is all you can do.
Oh, the red glow?
You can also activate
Oh, you mean this?
reverse action while attacking and defending.
I mean, maybe.
Turn the tide of battle
Because
with
this one is reverse.
accumulated while attacking. Unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle.
Yeah, because his gauge is still going down unless he's activated one. It's not in full activation at the moment, it seems. So he's probably used reverse action there for whatever reverse action might be.
Send bones Sakura.
Take it easy, Young Pri. Thanks for dropping in.
The full extent of the difference between you and me. Bankai. Senbon Sakura. Kageyoshi.
In the midst of battle, accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. In the midst of battle,
Kageyoshi. Shall I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and me? Bankai. Senbon Sakura. Kageyoshi.
in the midst of
See, this is the only part that I'm upset about right now. It says awaken, and then it just cuts to Byakuya doing his Bankai without us actually getting to see if this was full. But because it's like an evolution thing, problem with most 3D arena fighters is that they add too many broken things to the game, so they resort to cheap mechanics like stamina bars to nerf it. If it was not broken, there would be no need.
accumulated power brings you to an awakened state.
Oh wow, that actually increased it a lot.
Brings you to an
You
awakened
can actually see how much that increased it. Was Ichigo taking a hit there?
to an awakened state.
Oh, he was, that's why.
Your true power.
So if you take more damage while from an opponent in awakened state, that's Shikai? No, this is Bankai.
In the midst of battle, accumulated
Yeah, this is
power brings
Bankai.
you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power.
And then he gets evolution here as his HP hits 0. Wait, what?
Awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm.
Oh, his HP didn't exactly hit 0 there, that's why. But it shows that he's gotten evolution there. And then Byakuya's gauge runs out here.
Senken. Senbon Sakura. Kageyoshi. You've reached your limit. Ichigo Kurosawa.
says Zangetsu. This is my Bankai. Alright, let's just...
And he's still in Bankai. Okay, so if we assume for the moment that it was tied to this gauge, then that's the reason why it's showing up pink and why his is also showing up pink, so this definitely is tied to the Bankai. It's just a matter of how much of this gauge fills up in between rounds in order for you to actually go Bankai, because both when you're guarding and when you're attacking, it does not increase that much.
Let's just start over. All I can do.
That does so much damage.
Alright, let's just start over. All I can do. Alright, let's just start over.
And it does actually build up significantly over here too.
All I can do is to take...
He doesn't have the thing. Okay, no, he's used Rapid Slash. Flash Step is still there. Oh, there is a line here, so you do have to fill this up. Wait. Hold on a second. 233. Can you guys put that in chat for a second? I need to see something. Ah. Okay, so we found something. So when you're in base, the full reverse gauge is locked. But the moment you go Bankai, aha, it fills up. Look, you can actually see the line here indicating that it can go further. Yeah. So when you go Bankai, you get an extra gauge. You get an extra gauge for the reverse gauge. Okay.
Is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one...
You don't think Bankai runs out? I don't know if it runs out. Personally, I would hope it doesn't, but I guess it depends on whether or not you're able to activate it early and then how long it stays.
After everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left.
Yeah,
Let the next clash decide this battle.
are you ready? Byakuya Kuchiki!
Bleach, Rebirth of Souls.
What did it say at the end?
What? Who are you?
Holofied Ichigo, or Hollow Mask Ichigo, rather. Oh, it said wish list now. Okay, so PS5. They're still making this for PlayStation 4, man. And still for Xbox Series S as well, bruh.
Do you want to win?
Tevin Allen, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Favorite anime is getting a new console game that isn't mobile.
Which is it?
Speaking of mobile games, did you guys see the new trailer for Omega Shenron and the other Shadow Dragons in Dragon Ball Legends? That game makes me so upset. I've always wanted Omega Shenron to have access to the powers of the other Shadow Dragons in a Tenkaichi game, and of all games that he gets it in, it's Dragon Ball Legends. Oh god, mobile games, man.
It's meaningless.
Dragon Ball Legends upsets me greatly.
It's meaningless. I want to win!
Okay, so let me just double check something here as well, once the fight starts. Yeah, mobile games get all the good shit.
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far.
Okay, it was 233, right? Even Byakuya in base does not have 3, he's got 2, so 233. Oh, so they both unlock an extra reverse gauge. How are you supposed to build all of that up in one game, though? Assuming that after each round you use meter in order to perform soul destruction to take down more Konpaku, and then you're giving the opponent a chance to do Bankai, you have to keep piling this up. So by the time that by the time you go Bankai and you get another gauge open, does it just automatically be at maximum, or do you have to go another round in order to build it up?
All I can do is to take all of my
I
spirit.
need to see something.
Using the spiritual
so it does cut here. So we don't get to see if, hold on a second, let me see the health. No, he's still at the same amount of health. So this depletion down here, I'm assuming maybe Byakuya probably used, there was a cut here, but I'm assuming that they probably used Flash Step somewhere, and that probably consumed all of that. So while this gauge is active, it doesn't mean that you can use Flash Step infinitely without depleting a certain amount of the gauge. So
And defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
okay, I have to end stream soon because my dad and I are heading out to a place to get our car and home insurance sorted out. Got 34 people in here. Thank you for 17 likes on my first Bleach video. But where I was going with that is, do you guys want me to do a breakdown analysis video for this game like I've been doing for Sparking Zero, or no? Let me know, and if enough of you guys want me to do so, then I don't mind. I think it would be really fun to do. I'll watch this like 1 or 2 more times and then I gotta go.
Now jump into battle.
I won't lose. No way. Not to anyone.
Your powers fall far short of mine.
Give it all I have.
Utilize each character's unique Sunken Soki action to cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's
That would be cool. Why not?
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kika move and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku. Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
See, here's my only problem right now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He's on 6. How is this gauge already full? Look at his health. Look at how much damage he's done to Ichigo. How is this gauge already full? What do you do to get this that full that quickly? It's only round 2. This is literally round 2. Round 1 was 9 versus 9. He did Soul Destruction at the end of round 1 to take out 3 with Soul Destruction, and he's already got a full gauge? How did that happen? And look at this. They even do a really bad cut here too. Unless you could use the gauge for other things. How was it full?
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Using the spiritual power accumulated while
Do it for the people that didn't catch the stream. I got you.
You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter. Senbon Sakura.
Stormfort also uses substitution jutsu, which works like a stamina bar would. That it does.
Bankai. Senbon Sakura. Kageoshi.
In the midst of battle, accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senken.
Is that the same match? Hold on a second.
Unleashing awakened state.
Okay, so at this point in the match, at this amount of health, 6v6. And then he's got down here, so hold on a second, let me see something. See, so this is what I was saying earlier. If both sides play strategically to get both their health bars down in order for the fighting spirit gauge to be full, that's why I was saying that this game is going to end up being very strategic. Because if players want to access their Bankai like ASAP for whatever reason, that's what they're going to do in order for that gauge to be filled. Because look at this. This is the same match. Obviously, Byakuya's in Bankai, and he's got this much. Ichigo was over here, and then suddenly he's got a full gauge?
Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senken. Senbon
Yeah, it's definitely multiple rounds. 100%. They are making a new NBA Street game. A new basketball game?
Yeah. Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready?
Bleach, Rebirth of Souls.
I mean, I've got a very strong theory about how the spirit gauge works, but... Okay, I'll watch this one more time and then I gotta go.
Do you want to fight? Do you want to win?
The stamina in this isn't even clear yet, definitely true.
Or do you want
But
to
we do know that it does have a stamina gauge.
Which is it?
And because we have a stamina gauge, definitely it can be broken. It's gonna take a lot to break it though, because with the amount of health and Kaku and stuff and like everything to consider, there's so much that you have to think about for this game. There's the amount of Kaku, there's the fighting spirit gauge, there's a meter gauge, there's the reverse gauge, there's your health, in which you have to consider yours and your opponents if you want to achieve Bankai. So...
Utilize each character's unique Sunken Soki action to cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku. Cutting down 1 gauge of opponent's Reishi.
all out slash and wielding?
Cutting down 1 gauge of Soki action to cut down your opponent's Reishi. Cutting down 1 gauge of Reishi decreases your opponent's Kompaku.
Are you ready?
After damaging your opponent, unleash your Kikamu and destroy several of your opponent's Kompaku. Destroy all 9 of your opponent's Kompaku and win the game.
Too easy.
What?
Did you really think you could defeat me?
Using the spiritual power accumulated while attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move. You can also
How much damage does that do, by the way?
attacking, unleash a special spiritual pressure move. While attacking, unleash a
Bro, it went from here
spiritual
down to here. That's a mad ton of damage, bro.
pressure move. You can also activate reverse action while attacking and defending. Turn the tide of battle with well-timed combos.
So this is all you can do. Scatter.
Senbon Zakura.
Shall I explain to you the full extent of the difference between you and me?
Bankai. Sakura. Kageyoshi.
In the midst of battle, accumulated power brings you to an awakened state. Unleashing your true power will overwhelm your opponent.
Senkei. Senbon Sakura Kageoshi. You've reached your limit.
I really need to go back and finish Bleach after this. I got cut off at episode 348, and apparently there are only 350 or 60 odd episodes. I think I'll do that when I come home today, actually. I'm just gonna go finish Bleach, probably do some editing or something, and then maybe make an attempt to start the 1000-Year Blood War arc.
All I can do is to take all of my spiritual pressure and try to channel it into one big strike.
After everything we've been through thus far, neither of us has very much strength left. Yeah. Let the next clash decide this battle.
Are you ready?
Bleach, Rebirth of Souls.
What?
Maybe there's a run connected to the stamina, which could mean dash attacks, who knows? Probably. I gotta end stream there, gotta start getting ready to leave. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow if I choose to do a Sparking Zero breakdown and analysis stream of all the other Sparking Zero footage there is, because I'm getting really tired of just typing a lot of lengthy comments. But yeah, otherwise I will actually see you guys next week, because my weekend is going to be booked. I'll catch you guys later. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. For anyone new here, if you're interested, there is a Discord link in the description. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!